What's this about? Oh, that's something else. Okay, never mind. I think that's like, what is that? Oh, that's there to switch the camera. Okay, I don't need to switch the camera just yet. But yeah, live, live from Karachi in Pakistan. I am, oh, excuse me, in my hotel quarters right now. So do a quick tour. So I've got a TV over there, don't work. Got some artwork up there. A mirror over here. Uh, Actually, let me switch this camera around so you can see. That's the outside. We put the light on so I might see it better. That's like no, okay. It's not too much light here. I totally forgot. You know what I should be doing? Ay, ay, ay. You know what I should be doing? Actually, you know what? Doesn't matter. Let me show you outside. So yeah, there's some construction work going outside. They're done for the day, but there was a lot of noise there earlier. And then over in the back, that's the street level. I think you might be able to bus. It looks like a bus from here anyway. And some shops over on that side. Some cars going by. And you can probably hear horns going. Or well, if you can't, then you're probably about to. But anyway. But yeah, I've got I actually have a what do you call it? A stand. I just forgot to set up. I've got a mini tripod and a light, but I don't think I need a light just yet. And I've got this. I just forgot to set them up. Um, but yeah, put that down here for a bit. Getting all dark in there. Uh, but yeah, I is live, man. I is live. From Karachi. This is, I believe, the first time I have ever live streamed from a country that is not the UK. Um, I believe this is the very first time I've done that. So pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I arrived, I guess, this morning. Um, Karachi time. I arrived this morning, like in the early hours. It was around maybe 5 a.m., something like that. Which would have been about 12 midnight UK time, give or take, maybe about 11, 12, 11 p.m. to 12, between 11 p.m. and 12 midnight UK time. It was like four something, five something. I had to go through, customs and show like your passports and your visas and stuff like that. Well, technically, I had to apply for a visa because the way it works, or at least the way it works for me, is I had to first apply for what's called an e visa, which is not actually a visa, just it allows you to come here, but then you get the visa when you get here. So I had the e visa done, and then when got here, they had to show them all that stuff, and then they granted me a visa. And that was a pretty scary process. I can't lie. That was a pretty scary process. Um, I don't know. I feel like people at customs must be in their job description to just make whoever they're talking to feel like they've done something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, because any someone's been through customs, it was always talk to you like you've done something wrong, not in like a mean, rude way. I don't mean like that, but just the way they would ask you questions or say things, and it just have you second guessing yourself. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's part. That's got to be part of the training. It's got to be part of the training. But yeah, I got the visa, so that's done. And I'm here. I'm here. I haven't really done a whole lot today. Mainly, I mean, I've been tired really from the flight. There's been a combination of just being tired, wanting to sleep, but also not quite ready to sleep. as well. So that's a kind of weird kind of jet lag thing that you get when you travel between from time zones. But I've done a few things. You know, I did some walking around. You know, just checking out, just looking at the stuff around sort of the area. Um, I had to buy a wall charger, a USB wall charger, because the one that I bought from Amazon, I specified that I wanted a charger, a UK adapter, a UK to Pakistani plug adapter, right? And that's what it says on the box, that it works in Pakistani wall sockets. Except when I get here, it doesn't feel like. Oh, like first of all, they sent me like a 3 pin. Let me show you actually. They sent me this. It was like a. One sec. I don't know the whole thing. That's what they sent me. So it's a 3 pin plug, and then you put the UK stuff in there, and that's supposed to plug into the wall, right? And it says on the box that it works in Pakistan, India, and some other places as well. But this is the wall socket that they have here. So yeah, clearly this isn't gonna work. It's not gonna. Yeah, it's not happening. So I had to buy a wall socket so I can just charge, you know, my phone and stuff. And I did get one. I'll show it to you actually. It's down. Oh, down here. There you go. That's what I bought. So yeah, the USB is plugged into there, and that plugs into the wall. It looks a bit loose. It still works. I'm gonna say it still works. Um, so yeah, I use that. Here's the thing though, is like I knew that Karachi is sort of mostly a cash city. Like a lot of places don't take credit cards. I knew that before coming here, so I did want to make sure I had some cash with me. The thing is, though, I kind of underestimate or maybe miscalculate. I don't know if I've miscalculated, or maybe I just was missing for. I don't know, because I was looking at what things generally cost, and I was under the impression that stuff like cab rides and whatever are a lot cheaper than they are in the UK. And you know, that's not untrue. Things are generally quite cheap out here. But yeah, the cab ride was definitely more expensive than I anticipated. It was still reasonably priced in fairness, like considering the distance traveled and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was a lot more expensive than anticipated. So the cash that I had with me, it kind of dropped real quick. And because a lot of places don't take cards, it was a lot of walking around looking for a place that would take cards or looking for a cash machine. I was trying different cash machines, and for whatever reason, they weren't giving me cash. I don't know why. I don't maybe I felt I was tapping the wrong options or hitting the wrong, but I don't know. But I went to something like 3, 4 different cash machines trying to get money out, and they just weren't working until I finally got to one where it worked. It you know let me take some money out, so I have some cash for me, and then I was able to buy the plug, and it's like okay, cool. So I got some money with me. Let me just understand how much things cost over here, and understand things a bit better how things cost over here. And yeah, try to budget a bit better, but it's kind of weird because it's not well, maybe not weird, but it's just more the case of not so much that I didn't have money, but just didn't have access to the money, and it was like, Jesus. So I was walking around a lot, just looking for that. But that was done. I did some more walking around, you know, getting some food, you know, just I had some nice food actually. Like I had coffee in this one cafe place. Here's the thing: so I go to this cafe and I just asked for coffee. I don't say any type of coffee. I don't say latte or nothing like that. I just said coffee, literally simply coffee. And he says, "Yeah, sure, no problem." He tells me to sit down. And the things when he tells me to sit down, he told me to sit down at a table where there was like 3 other people already there. And I'm kind of thinking, you want me to sit here? Because that's not something that you know we do in the UK. Like you see people at a table, you sit somewhere else. That's how I'm kind of used to it. He's like, no, you sit down. He just kind of motioned to sit down. And I was looking at the guys that were already there. They didn't seem to be bothered by it. So I was like, all right, okay, I guess is how it goes. So you just sit down. If there's a space, you sit down. So I did. I sat down. You know, and I said hello and you know that kind of thing. And it seemed as we were sitting there, like there was 2 guys. I think there was three people on the table already, but two guys, I think they were together. And then one guy was just on his own, eating his own food, and the two guys were kind of talking amongst themselves. So, and then I was just there around as well. So, yeah, just sat down and I didn't say much apart from hello at first, and they just kind of carried on doing their thing. Eventually, one of them says to me, he's like, where you from, brother? Where you from, brother? I said, I'm from London. He's like, oh, it's cool. It's nice. And, that kind of thing. And then, yeah, eventually he brings a coffee. Well, I think he wanted to bring the coffee over, but I thought he wanted me to come to him. So I got up to go get the coffee, and as he was coming to me, so I don't know, I guess I misunderstood something. But anyway, I got the coffee and sat down again and drank it, and it was so nice, man. It was a real nice coffee. Like I can't lie about that. It was a nice coffee, and I don't know. I mean, I guess we'd call it a mocha over here. Um, but I don't think it was quite like how mochas are made. I said over here. I guess like the closest would be a mocha what in the UK or in other parts of the world. But I don't think it's quite like the same way they make mochas in the UK, because a mocha in the UK would be made with an espresso, some syrup, and I think they put like milk in there as well. So I think it's a similar kind of way they made this. Because I asked the guy what type of coffee is that? Like, what do you call it? I'm thinking he's going to give me some kind of like fancy coffee name, right? Hey, this man now, Nescafe. Man said Nescafe, just regular Nescafe. Um, It was just, yeah, that's what it was. It's regular Nescafe coffee. But he put chocolate syrup in it, and I think he put some milk in it as well. He didn't tell me if he put milk in it, but just from the way it looks and the way it tasted, I think there's maybe some milk added to it as well. So kind of like a mocha, but not exactly. But whatever they did, it was nice. Whether it was just a regular Nescafe with some chocolate syrup, or nah, it was good still. I can't. Yeah, it was a good one. I like that coffee a lot. Actually, I might get another one tomorrow. We'll see. It was I don't know if it. I mean, I don't know if the coffee is like stronger here. Like I think it seemed about the same in terms of like the way the caffeine hits. I think the coffee is about the same, at least in my limited experience so far, right? But yeah, it's fine. I mean, I definitely felt the caffeine hit, and I think I needed it at that point as well. What else? I had this thing. Um, I'm not sure exactly what it was. Uh, it might have been because I was told that I need to look for a Karachi bun kebab, right? A Karachi bun kebab. And I went to this place and I asked about it, and the dude was saying, yeah, 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 but I'm not sure that's what he gave me. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam B in the place to be. Yeah, let me give a quick tour of the hotel I'm in. But yeah, the food is nice, man. So far, I've had some really nice food. So yeah, I had this. I'm not sure if it was a kebab, but it didn't. I don't think it had any meat in it. But it was like a kebab, but it was like with bun. But it did have a Karachi bun kebab. So they have this thing over here called Karachi bun kebab, right? And I did have that literally just maybe about an hour or so ago. And it's like these free buns, and things like beef, and it's covered in like an egg, and there's some onions in there, and they give you some sauces on the side. And oh, I got this thing called um, pizza fries. Now, I don't know if this is a thing anywhere in the world because I don't believe I've ever heard of it, right? But they have this thing called pizza fries. All right. Now, here's what pizza fries are. Imagine a pizza, yeah? Any kind, just your regular pizza, your toppings and blah, blah, blah. You had all that, your pizza toppings, cheese, sauce, your regular pizza toppings. But instead of having a pizza bread base, you have fries. That's what they do here. Like you have chips, and they put the pizza toppings on top of it. And when I tell you, oh, it works. It works. Oof, it is so good. Yeah. I don't know if anywhere in I've never seen it. I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist anywhere 'cause I don't know, but I've not seen it anywhere. But I'm telling you, if you find that oof, pizza fries, it's. Mm. But yeah, I had that. You know, oh for sure, it's so good, and the idea feels like it feels like a simple idea when you think about it. Like it feels like this is the type of thing that you should see more often. When I was happening, I was like, surely this can't be like the only. But again, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever even thought of doing that. But it feels like such an obvious thing. You have fries and you put a pizza toppings on top of it. Right? It feels like such an obvious thing. And but yeah, I saw it in the shop and I was like, wait, it was because I was getting the kebab. And I was looking at what's getting. I got a drink, and then I saw fries. First, I was just gonna get regular fries, but then because I said, "Can I have can I have fries? Can I have chips?" Right? And you usually you ask for like chips in the shop. They just come back with a portion of chips, right? But this guy's a bit of a menu. He's like, "Which one do you want?" Which one? I was like, and there was like different ones. Like, of course, you got the regular plain fries on their own, and then I can't remember what else there was. There was like four different options, but the one at the bottom, pizza fries. I was like, you know what? Let me try that, and yeah, it was good. It was good. What's it? I kind of missed that bit. Well, let's see. What was that? What was that? You get loaded fries. They're missing a trick. Hey, for sure, man. For sure. For sure, for sure. We need to bring that back to the UK, man. But yeah, this is my hotel. Let me show you around real quick. So got the TV over there. The TV don't work. It's over there. Mirror. So we could do a little bit of Inception actually. Look at this. I'm live streaming myself while live streaming myself. So yeah, and well, you can see the bed in the mirror as well. So yeah, that's the bed there, and the phone, and you put the light on here. Got a washroom, like a toilet, and a shower over there, and a sink. I would say this toilet. I don't know about its positioning though, because maybe I don't know what the average height for people, but I don't know if you can tell. This is yeah. That's an awkward one. That's an awkward one. But I don't know. Maybe people are maybe people are short here. I don't know. Let me show you outside. This is the outside. So they're doing some construction work down there. They finished for the day by the sounds of it, but there was a lot of noise earlier. But yeah, I don't know what they're building, but they're doing something. And then in the background, you've got like the street level over there. And I think that's a bus, but it's been there for a while. So I don't know if maybe it's something else. It looks like a bus. And yeah, you see the cars going by, and you can probably hear the horns. There's a lot of horns. If you haven't heard the horns yet, you'll hear there's everybody's car horns is going off over here. It's pretty mad. Like so, yeah, you'll hear them surely if you haven't already. Um, but yeah, I am in Karachi in Pakistan. Yeah, I can't do the live streaming outside the hotel though because I ain't got no Wi-Fi anywhere else. Uh, but still, you can say a little bit. You can say a little bit. But yeah, but how's you, Sam? How's your day going? How's your day been? I guess it's gonna be around. I mean, what's it now? It's what was it? Is the time now? It's just about 8:30 right now. So what's that? That's maybe 3 o'clock, 3:30 ish in the UK, give or take. I reckon about three, because about 5 hours behind in the UK, I think. Um, so yeah, but yeah, this is me live from Karachi. Okay, what's going on? Okay, is that a toilet in a shower? Yeah, so the whole thing's like a washroom, I guess. Like, so you got the toilet on one side and a, shower on the other side. But yeah, it's all in one room. Yeah, I used to have so that don't bother me. That don't bother me. Place I used to rent, um, small washroom where you had a toilet and then a shower all in the same thing. Um, I think they call it a wet room actually, not a washroom. I think they call it a wet room. But yeah, I'm fine with that. It don't bother me. I mean, the toilet position is a bit awkward because they'll just wait so close to the wall. But aside from that, it don't bother me. But yeah, it's Thursday now. It's about Thursday evening. Um, and yeah, I'm just really just been walking around mostly. Hopefully tomorrow, good wedding. Try to see a few more different spots. Uh, but yeah, today it's just been a bit weird. Not well, not weird. And your body's kind of wants to sleep, but then you kind of don't want to sleep, and then you kind of so yeah, I've kind of been in and out a little bit, sleeping. And then in the meantime, just walking around town, seeing what's out there, seeing different shops and eating some food and checking some stuff. And yeah, that's been my day so far. Uh, and now I is live on the internet. But yeah, I did realize though that it wasn't something that I planned, but I did realize sort of that I actually had coffee in three different cities, not quite within 24 hours, to be fair. Like if I look at the exact times, it's actually more than 24 hours. It's about 26 hours from the first one to the last one. Um, but it's pretty close still. It's pretty close. I reckon it's close enough to ignore that. I've had coffee in three different cities in about a day of each other. And I don't mean nothing to nobody. I know that, but even still, oh wait, it's sorry, my bad. I missed some stuff. I missed some stuff. It's not updating. My bad. Sorry. I'm just seeing it now. It's 3:30 and be shopping for other people. Hopefully, you got something for yourself too. I don't know if you need a pee while you're in the shower. It's kind of well. There you go. Right there you go. Pee and watch at the same time. The coffee is good. The coffee is good. So I drink two of each other. Yeah, I guess mine ain't so impressive after all. Here's the thing about the coffee. So I went to this cafe, a local cafe, a little bit down the road from the hotel, and asked the gentleman for some coffee. Now I don't specify any particular type of coffee. I just said coffee, right? And he says to me, he goes, "Yeah, no problem, no problem." He goes, "Just sit down here." Yeah? That's what he said. He sit down here, sit down here. But he points at a table where there's like three people sitting there already. And so immediately I'm like, this feels a bit odd because normally, we wouldn't sit at a table if there's somebody sitting there, even if there is space. You look for a table where there's nobody, right? Um, but they didn't seem to mind. So I guess it's not a thing over here where you just sit wherever there's space. Um, what's up, muffin? That counts. Hey, muffins are good. I do like a good muffin. Can't lie. Can't lie. Muffins are. You get that looks like them lemon muffins. Ooh, they good. They good. But yeah, I guess it's not a thing over here. You just sit wherever there's space. So I sat down and I said hello as I was sitting down, but didn't really say much else. Um, but from what I can gather, when I was sitting there, it was like there was two guys who were together. They were talking amongst themselves, and there was one guy who was just on his own, eating his own food, and me just there by myself as well. So I guess it's not a thing. People just sit wherever there's space, regardless. So which is whatever. That's cool. Um, and then, but yeah, the guy comes over and he brings the coffee. Actually, no, sorry. Thought he wanted me to come to him, so I got up to get the coffee. rather than him come. That's a minor thing, I don't know, but still, like he was going to bring a coffee over to me, but I thought he wanted me to get up and go to him, so I got up and but anyway, got the coffee, sat back down, and took a sip, and yeah, it was really nice. It was really nice. And it was like a chocolatey, milky, not too milky, and you could still taste the coffee, but the chocolate wasn't overwhelming. You know, like a nice balance where you could taste it. You can taste its sweetness, but it doesn't feel like it's too sweet, or and you can still feel the taste of coffee as well. So you kind of get in that. Plus, you get that coffee, that caffeine hit coming in as well. The guy afterwards, after I finished it, and I said to him, "Yeah, thank you. That was really nice." And I asked him, what type of coffee is that? And I'm thinking he's going to give me some kind of, fancy coffee name that they call this thing, right? Here's what the man said now. Nescafe. It was just regular Nescafe. But what he did is he put like a chocolate syrup in it. And I'm assuming he didn't tell me this himself, but I'm assuming he put like some milk in there as well because it kind of looks like it did. I think I could taste it as well. Um, but yeah, it was regular Nescafe with some stuff added to it. And I'm like, but hey, you know what? It was good. I can't lie, man. It was a nice coffee. I think the closest we have in the UK would be like a mocha. I feel like we're closest to what he made there, but a mocha was made more of the espresso and that kind of stuff. Whereas this guy just made a regular Nescafe coffee and just added some syrup to it. I was like, okay, but hey, it was a good coffee. So whatever you did, you know what I mean. It was an apple and cinnamon muffin. Oh, that's nice. And it hit the spot. Oh yeah. Oof. Uh, but yeah, it's been an interesting day. I haven't well, I'll say interesting. I mean, it's kind of been eventful in a minor way, in that um, I did some research before coming here about what things cost and how much, so I can have an idea of how much money to bring and that kind of thing. And I got the impression that things are generally quite a lot cheaper in Pakistan than they are in the UK, which is true. I think for the most part, things here are a lot cheaper in here than compared to the UK. But then, to be fair, UK is mad expensive anyway. So especially London, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I kind of base how much to bring on that. But turns out, although a lot of things are cheaper over here. Um, the cab ride from the airport to the hotel was quite a bit more expensive than I anticipated. And in fairness, it was still a reasonable price, right? It was still a reasonable price, but it was just a lot more expensive than I anticipated because I was looking at stuff of what they would cost and it was telling me things were gonna be like way, way cheap. So I guess they were outdated prices or something, I don't know, but yeah, the cab ride was more than I anticipated, which meant that the cash that I had on me just kind of dropped real quick, right? Kind of dropped real quick. Um, and so one of the things I was doing today was just like looking for a place where I can withdraw cash out of the machine, and apparently there's not too many places you can do that. There's plenty of banks around and plenty of ATM machines around, but for whatever reason, not all of them let you, or at least they weren't letting me withdraw money out the machine. And it took something like, I think, five, maybe four or five different ATM machines, well, ATMs rather, I should say, that I went to before I finally got one that let me take money out. Um, but yeah, I was walking around for quite a bit, just like walking into like these different banks. I tell you one thing they do is really cool over here, actually, which is a good idea. Um, so when you go to a cash machine, you're just on the outside, right? Like you're just out on the street. Yeah, you sorted now though. Oh yeah, yeah, got sorted eventually. Yeah, got sorted eventually. So we good for now. Um, But yeah, so when you go to a cash machine, it's like it's just out in the street, right? And people stand behind you and they queue up and blah blah blah. So what they do here is the cash machine is actually behind a door, and it's like a small room that you go into. And the bank is like it's separate, not separate, it's all part of the same building. But the bank is like, there you can go inside the bank and do your banking stuff as you normally would. But if you just want to use a cash machine, there's like a separate door for that, and you go inside, and the door you shut the door, and you can lock it behind you, and then you could do all your cash machine business. Take your money out, count whatever you need to do, and then leave. And I feel like that's a really good idea actually, because it just adds like a little bit of extra security, right? Where because it kind of confused me at first because I could see the sign that says ATM, but I don't see an ATM, and so I'm thinking like, where is it? Where is it? And I was like, oh, in there. I was like, oh, so it's actually behind, right? So yeah, you open the door, you go inside. It's a small room with the cash machine inside the room. Shut the door, lock it, put your card in, do your thing, and then yeah. So yeah, I feel it's a really good idea. I feel it's a really good idea and something pretty much everywhere I think should be doing. But yeah, definitely good idea. You can easily get it shit together and for real, for real. Yeah, and this is the plug, the adapter that I bought from Amazon. I asked for an adapter that takes UK plugs and converts it to Pakistani plugs. This is what they sent me. And on the box, by the way, when I got it, it does say Pakistan on the box. It said it works in Pakistan and India and some other places. This is what they sent me. This is the socket that they actually use over here. And this is what they sent me. I don't think it's gonna fit. I don't think it's gonna fit. Yes, I had to find somewhere I can buy a USB wall charger so I can charge my phones and stuff like that. That's another thing I had to do. So yeah, I've done that. I've got one of those now. But yeah, I was walking around looking for that too. There's loads of electronic shops around here actually, loads. But yeah, not all of them sell what I was looking for. So yeah, I was walking around quite a bit to eventually find one, and I bought one for 500 rupees, which is I think works out to I think about no, it'd be more than that. It'd be I think it's somewhere around £1.50 ish, give or take. So yeah, yeah. Uh, what else today? I think that's pretty much it for the. Oh, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. Um, so I'm getting a cab from the airport to the hotel. Getting a cab, getting the backseat of the cab, and there's a seatbelt, right? Cool. And I'm putting the seatbelt over my shoulder. I'm trying to plug it in, but I don't. There's nothing happening. I can't feel where the socket is. Can't feel the socket. So I'm looking. I don't see the socket. And bear in mind, it's quite dark. So maybe I'm blind to something. Because it's quite early. It's like it's around like no, it's like 7 a.m. I think. Around like no, yeah, but sometimes between 6 and 7. I can't remember, but yeah, it was quite early. So it's still quite dark outside. So I'm looking like, and I'm putting my hand around trying to feel it. Where's the socket? Where's the socket? And eventually, the cab driver, he's like, "Is there a problem?" I'm just looking for the seatbelt socket, and he goes, no, 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 no. There just isn't a seat. There's a seatbelt, but there's no seatbelt socket. And I'm like, okay. So we're not wearing a seatbelt in the back, because that's just how they do it. Anyway, so he's driving off, and I don't wanna say it was reckless driving, because I think that's inaccurate. I think compared to how we drive in the UK, even with some of our mad drivers, it can definitely feel a little bit. But when you see how people drive here, just in general, it's just how it is. It's like it's just constant. Like you can even hear the horns now. It's like they're just beeping constant, and it was just like that. It's beep 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 beep, and there's people just like all over the place. And at one point, I'm thinking like, okay, as we're kind of driving on this road, it's about maybe a couple minutes into the journey, and I'm thinking, you know what? Let me tell this guy that I'm a cab driver. You know, kind of strike up a conversation with him. So at first I said to him, so how long have you been doing cab work? That's what I said to him. The way this man just turned his head all the way around, like imagine this, yeah. Let me try and I know I can do this. Oh, I know. Let me put this here. Let me put this here. Let me put this here. Yeah. Let me put this here and that. So imagine I'm a cab driver, yeah? I'm the cab driver, driving along. You asked me a question. The guy just went like this. What was that? I used to drive. The man just turned all the way around. And I'm like, I was just, not even like, looking at the mirror. Or maybe just like a little bit of a turn back. And I was like, what was that? Mate, I was like, you know what? Let me not say nothing to this guy. Let me just keep quiet. Let me just keep quiet. Just let him do what he needs to do. Let me just no. Okay, I'm good. But yeah, I mean, we got to the place, and but yeah, it's such a different experience, and even like crossing the road, like I mean, they drive, I think, on the left hand side of the road, but the way you just see people just like, and I'm trying to cross the road, waiting. There's like they have traffic lights, and I'm not sure if those traffic lights even work. It's just like it's just like. But yeah, I guess when you're used to it, like if people here who are used to it, people used to see people just cross the road as they normally would. They'll look a little bit and cross, and they kind of know the openings and what to do, and you just see people just in this. So yeah, definitely gotta watch your step. So he's letting the blip for real, just like all the way around, just like. But one thing that he did that I did feel was a bit of a piss take though, and this is one I said about you realize how British you are, we try for sure. For sure. Yeah. But yeah, like when I say like cab ride being a bit more expensive than anticipated. So when he told me the price of the cab ride, it was like 3,000 rupees, he said initially. And which already was more than I again anticipated, but it seemed to be about what everyone else was charging. So, I did because I did ask around as well. So I thought, okay, cool, we'll go with 3,000. We'll go with that. It's because again, it's still reasonable. It's not ridiculous in terms of, I mean, for the equivalent cab ride in the UK would be way more than that. So it's not bad, but it's just more than what I thought it was going to be. So yeah, we agreed to 3,000 rupees. And then, by the way, 3,000 rupees, that's, what's that? I mean, 1,000 rupees would be maybe about £5-ish, give or take. So about maybe about £4 or £5. So we're talking about somewhere around 15-ish pounds, give or take, right, for 3,000 rupees. And it's like a 10-mile journey. So yeah, it's pretty reasonable. But yeah, we get there, and then he says, okay, 4,000 rupees. Four, right? And I'm like, wait, bro, you said 3,000. And he goes, yeah, the 1,000 is my tip. You just gonna like just assume I'm gonna give you tip. You know what I mean? Like it's because yeah, we don't just ask for we don't just right, but it was like, yeah, that's my tip. This 3,000 that's for the card. For 1,000, that's for me. And so like I gave him the money in the end. Well, to be fair, it was actually ended up being a little bit less because um I mean, I probably did, but I was just like, maybe try to haggle a bit. So, but yeah, it was. I just kind of thought like, I don't know if that. I mean, first cab experience. I don't know if that's the normal thing, whether that's just him, but I was kind of like, if you told me 4,000 to begin with, then you know what I mean. I could have been prepared for that. Yeah, right. Because again, it's not even like 4,000 is ridiculous. Like 4,000 puts up to about £20, give or take ish. Maybe probably a little bit less than £20, like probably about £18 or something like that. So it's fine. I mean, for the journey that we took, it's a reasonable price. Still, it is still a reasonable price compared to what we might pay in the UK for a similar kind of journey. In fact, it's probably cheaper still anyway. So it's like, okay, cool. But you know what I mean? If you tell me that to begin with, I know I could prepare for that. You didn't. So it's like it's just awkward now, isn't it? It's just because I'm thinking, and things that I don't mind giving tips. I don't, but you know what I mean. It's like, so yeah. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. No real harm. Kind of mind though. That's the cheat go for real. At least now I'm a bit more prepared for it. If I have to get another cab, I'd be like, okay, okay. I know how to haggle it better now. Oh, yeah, but yeah, it's been pretty cool so far. Been having a little bit of fun, a few experiences, whole different culture. You know, it's been cool. It's been cool. We've been really enjoying it. But yeah, it's just tiredness from the flight, kind of like kicking in and and I'm still a bit tired now, but it's like almost 9 p.m. over here now. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think that's pretty much my day so far. I would just pay it because of my vehicle by confrontation. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing, isn't it? Like you're in someone else's car, and in fairness, I don't know the customs here, so how things are done. I'm figuring it out as I'm going along. Um, and you know what? That might even be a normal thing. That might have been just that guy. I wouldn't know. But in the end, it's like, how much are you going to argue over something that, in the end, does it really matter that much? You know what I mean? It's like you kind of choose your battles when it comes down to, right. I let him know that had he told me it was 4,000, it would have been cool. But because he told me 3,000, I did let him know that by the end of the day, it's like, if that's how it's done, here it's how it's done. And so it is what it is. But yeah, I ain't a fan of confrontations. I mean, I guess when it comes down to it, if you have to confront something, if you have to do it, you have to do it right. But yeah, and they pick your battles. If certain things are just not worth it, maybe he just doesn't like Brits. They overcharge you in Turkey if they know you're British. Turkey's expensive, actually. Um, Actually, to be fair, I've only been to the airport, so I can't really judge it by that. But certainly, when I was in the airport in Istanbul, things just seemed mad expensive. Like I was looking at the Starbucks menu, and like for a regular, like say a tall, what we might pay £4 for, £4.30 for a latte or something like that. It was easily like when I was doing conversions, somewhere around like £7, £8 or something like that for that same one. Nah, what's going on? Maybe I don't know. Maybe that's airport prices. To be fair, Out of Turkey. Okay, yeah, yeah, it might be just the airport then. It might just because it's in the airport, they know you can't go nowhere else. It's not like you can go to the Costa down the road. It's like you're just kind of stuck there. It's like so they probably just bump up the prices in the airport. But I did go to Starbucks in the end. I went to another cafe, coffee shop, or I don't know what it was, but yeah, I got two croissants and caramel latte, which was a nice caramel latte, by the way. And the artwork managed to stay intact, even though I drank it. I got like all the way down, and the artwork pretty much stayed intact like throughout most of the of me drinking. I was like, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. I mean, it's always cool when they do the artwork, but the fact that it stayed intact while drinking it as well, like raw, that's. And she stayed in a five-star hotel. Okay, I was definitely paying some mad airport prices then. Bloody cheeky. Uh, oh, yeah, but it'd be cool to go to Istanbul properly though. I've only been inside the airport, so I haven't. I guess I've technically been to Istanbul, but I haven't really been to Istanbul. You know what I mean? Because it was a connecting flight, so you just wait at the airport for a few hours while the next flight gets ready. Uh, but still, I have been on Istanbulian land. I'm taking it. I'll take it. Uh, oh. But yeah, man. Hopefully, this is the first of many travels this year. That's still my plan. Um, to go to at least three different cities, maybe even more if possible. Uh, but yeah, still the plan, and this is yeah, the first of the Haze travels. Well, first of the Haze travels for this year. By the end of the year, I want my passport just like covered in stamps. Yeah, can you pop into Turkey actually and pick me up more Turkish delight? I don't know how it happened, but mine is all gone. Yeah, it's kind of weird how that happens, isn't it? Like, it's like I know I had one, right? But that was it. I swear. I swear. I don't know what happened to the rest of them. Actually, no, I didn't even think to look for Turkish delights while I was there. So yeah, thanks for a reminder. I should try and do that on the way back. Try and remember to look for. They got Turkish delights in the airport, and maybe pick up a box as long as they don't charge some ridiculous airport prices for them either. It's okay. It's I'm on the other side of the world, so everything you say is opposite. Oh man, excuse me. Oh, oh man. Uh, uh, no, it's just well, but yeah. Uh, we'll see how tomorrow goes. maybe visit a few more restaurants, maybe check a museum or two, or maybe just sleep. Yeah, you're right. I do need a nap. Maybe just sleep. It's yeah, I think it's like what's the time now? Yeah, just about 9 p.m. now. 9 p.m. So be about 4 o'clock in the UK's 4 in the afternoon. And yeah, man. But yeah, man, I've had fuck I can talk. I've had a good day. I had a good day. Just kind of seeing how. Oh, you know what's another different thing over here is like they seem to have a lot of stray dogs and cats. Like just you know how you might see pigeons, right? Okay, I mean, okay, maybe it's not. Maybe that's the exaggeration. Maybe it's not that many, but you definitely do see a lot of stray dogs and cats just walking the streets, um, and donkeys. Like you see, like not donkeys, sorry, goats. Like you'll see just like they got cars and motorbikes and stuff like that. But yeah, you still see people like on the road with the cars, getting pulled by a goat. Like that still happens. But yeah, but there's so many stray cats, so many stray dogs. There's so many. I mean, at least I'm assuming they're strays. I mean, they didn't have collars on them, and they didn't particularly look well taken care of. So I'm guessing, I'm somewhat guessing here, but yeah, there was definitely a lot of stray dogs, stray cats. Let's see. It's gone weak. There we go. I need to see it. Yeah, for sure. For sure. It's definitely an interesting sight. Definitely an interesting sight. Just be careful crossing the road over here. Look both ways and look both ways again, and then again, and then again. I just keep looking both ways and kind of to like dodge a little bit, like do some ninja moves when you cross the road. Just like, okay, this open it, get there quick. Okay, this is middle, run, dodge. Yeah, yeah, it's approaching the close excitement for sure. Definitely keeps you lively, keeps you on your toes, literally, literally. But yeah, uh, I think that's where I'm gonna start wrapping this up and lay my head down and close my eyes for a number of hours. Uh, but yeah, I think quite like fair life for sure. Appreciate you coming through, Sam. Oh, excuse me. Appreciate you chatting with me for a little bit as I do my very first international live stream. Yo, Frozen Gamer, coming in just as I was about to end that. But no, it's going well, Frozen G. It's going well. Just talking about some of the things I've been up to today. But yeah, in fact, while you're here, there's some construction work going on down there. And then over in the distance, you can see like the streets and stuff, and the cars and things going by. So that's a little bit of Karachi for Frozen G, and a little bit of my hotel room. But yeah, okay, see, well, enjoying yeah, my Turkish life for sure. Alright, Sam, Frozen G, and anyone else who might be there. I appreciate you guys coming through. Thank you, thank you, thank yous. And until whenever, if ever, peace.